Want to double your chances of surviving the zombie apocalypse? Of course you do. No one wants to become a zombie, except you, Dale. We all know you're weird like that. So stick around, because we're going to talk about the basics on how to survive the zombie apocalypse. Welcome to Zombie Survival Labs, the show where you can learn a thing or two about surviving the zombie apocalypse. I'm your host Tyler, and today we're going to go over on how you can survive the zombie apocalypse in 11 easy to remember steps. Think of it as Zombie Survival Basics 101. Real quick though, this video was made possible and sponsored by Full Screen Networks. If you like to make videos on YouTube, why not get paid for them? It's quick and easy to join. All you gotta do is click the link in the description. Anyway, back to business. Let's begin. Number 1, plan ahead. It's a no-brainer. People that plan ahead on anything generally do better, regardless of what it is that they're doing. Building a house? Plan ahead. Having a baby? Plan ahead. Looking at you, Dad. Want to survive the zombie apocalypse? Plan ahead. How do you plan ahead, though? It's easy. Just think about a few things you would do right now if you found out that people were raising from the dead and eating other people. You'd probably start throwing food and supplies into a bag and hightailing it to the countryside. So why not just have your bag ready so you can pick it up and go? But go a step further. Get a map and mark down useful locations. Places to survive, back roads, storage facilities. Anything that you can think of that can come in handy, write it down. Doing this can easily give you a huge advantage if something like a zombie apocalypse was to in fact happen. You're now basically a full day ahead of 99% of the population. That advantage itself is huge. Number 2, establish it's a zombie apocalypse. Nothing makes you look more dumb than when a guy's tripping out on bath salts and you start crying out zombie apocalypse. It's just embarrassing, people. So don't go running around to your underground bunker, looting stores, and posting satire articles about how the world is ending. Because it's not. So stop. But how can you tell that a zombie apocalypse is underway? Media outlets will start talking about the new flu virus going around and advise you to stay at home or seek medical treatment. Schools, banks, factories will shut down because of lack of staff. Shortly after, military forces will try and get involved to contain the virus, and they're going to fail, of course. The virus ultimately ends up just progressing quicker, and now you know it's a full-fledged zombie apocalypse. Unless no one is in fact raising from the dead, then it's just a crazy powerful virus. But zombie apocalypse rules still apply, so pay attention. Number 3, gather supplies. You know it's a zombie apocalypse. So grab your get up and go bag, start gathering up materials or things that can come in handy. Basically anything that you can get your hands on while not putting yourself in harm's way. Avoid any type of a store though, because they are a huge breeding ground for the virus. Not only that, but they're also a big danger zone. People will naturally flock to gun stores, grocery stores, sporting goods stores, malls, and home improvement and construction stores. A massive group of people that are panicking because they're scared and trying to protect themselves and their family are going to go to extreme measures. Your best bet is to just avoid those people. But what if I need food or supplies to fortify my home? Then plan ahead. That's number 1 on the list, for God's sakes. Pay attention, Dale. Grab everything in your house that can come in handy. Tools, pots and pans for boiling water and cooking. Blankets, clothes, anything that can come in handy, grab it. Once you have everything all packed up, it's now time to leave. Number 4, get your group together. Statistically, your odds of surviving in a group are a lot bigger than surviving by yourself. I mean, it's just common sense. You want someone to have your back. If there's no one to have your back when something happens, you're screwed. The more people you have, the better your chances. But too many people and you'll run through all your supplies real quickly. Too little or no one and you'll be saying, oh God, I wish someone had my back right now, when your face is being ate off. So get a solid group of people together that you trust. Family and friends work best, and then make a rendezvous point. The old farm on Beth Avenue, the forklift renting center on 3rd Street, or the gymnastics building on Harrison. Something that not a lot of people are going to go to when things start heading south. Number 5, find a place. You have your rendezvous point set up, but it may not be the place you're going to be calling home from now on. Things are just starting to get hairy, but you already have an advantage because you're one step ahead of everyone else. Take advantage of it and find a place you could really fortify. A place that has walls or a fence surrounding the perimeter. Little to no windows, or at least not on the first floor. Something that gives you a vantage point of the perimeter in a place that's not in the middle of a heavily populated area. You want to be somewhere that's away from everyone else, but somewhere that's not in the middle of the boonies and makes scavenging impossible. But put a pin in that because we'll be coming back to it. Number 6, fortify. Your place of choice is only as protected as you can make it. People can cut through chain link fences, they can climb walls, they can break windows. It's typically why people say they choose a prison to survive in, because if it can keep people in, it can also keep people out. But a prison is more than just its structure. The guards are what keep prisoners in. The guards are what keep people out. Without them, there's nothing stopping you from cutting the fence and letting all the prisoners out. Which is why when you fortify your new home, go beyond the walls, go beyond the windows. Put up guard posts, fences, barricades, traps. Put people on watch duty and walk around the perimeter. It's not only about finding the perfect place, it's about making it the perfect place. Number 7, wait things out. Now that you're settled in, things are going to be crazy for a while. People will be rioting, looting, getting killed by the military and trying to kill the military. People will be trying to leave town or even leave the country, scavenging for food and water while trying to dodge the chaos of the zombie apocalypse. Not you though, because you're prepared. So wait things out, let other people kill each other. Let the stupid die and the chaos go down. Why jump in the front lines of a gunfight when you can hang back, keep yourself safe a little bit easier, and think things through a little bit clearer? It's a marathon, people, not a sprint. Number 8, scavenging. Remember earlier when I said that you want a place that's far away from everyone else but not so far in the boonies that it makes scavenging impossible? Well, when scavenging is an important part of your survival, making long trips out of town becomes the more dangerous the farther out you are. People make the common mistake on saying that they're just going to grow their own food and have a sustaining community that can survive without scavenging. But that takes time because plants don't grow overnight. Plants generally take 2 to 5 months to grow and ripen. And unless you already have enough food stacked up that you can last that long, you're scavenging, son. So by putting yourself in the boonies, you increase the odds of something going wrong. Just like if you were to try and scavenge in a major city. Once you have that down, scavenging is about finding all the useful things you might need. You know the basics. Food, water, construction materials. Generally, a vehicle is best of transporting all the things that you go out and find while scavenging. It allows you to pick up more things, get in and out quicker, and provides a safe barrier between you and the zombies. The downside is, however, they run off gas. Luckily though, you have millions of cars to siphon gas from. So gas isn't as big of a deal as people may think. Number 9, long-term survival. You came into this prepared, gather supplies to get started, got a solid group of people to have your back. You have a fortified place you can call home, and you waited out the chaos and started scavenging. Time to kick up your feet because you're done. Wrong! You're never done, son! No, but really, you're just getting started. That was all just the beginning. You can't go on forever at this rate because eventually you're going to run out of stuff to scavenge. You need to start thinking long term, like planting crops, sustaining a water source, maintaining an energy source like solar or wind power. You're never going to outlive a zombie apocalypse if you keep living in it. You need to conquer it, overcome it, become the badass that your mama said you'd never be. Which is why creating the sources of the necessities that can replenish itself without scavenging is essential to your survival. And we're talking about long-term survival here. Number 10, find more survivors. No one likes meeting new people, especially in a zombie apocalypse. It's dangerous, but it's necessary for long-term survival. Do you want your grandkids having sex with your cousins and making incest babies? I don't either. That's disgusting. And I'm looking at you, Dale. So unless you plan on letting the human population eventually die out, you need to look for other survivors. And while it might be dangerous, it has other benefits that can really aid you in survival. More people equals more power against enemy groups and dangerous raiders. Take The Walking Dead, for example. Rick has the highest faith in his core group that they were a force to be reckoned with. Then here came along Negan and his group of hundreds of soldiers, and Big Bad Rick looked like a toddler scared of his own shadow. All because he realized the size of Negan and his community. But it's not just power that more people can offer, it's their skill sets. You can find someone that's a doctor or a structural engineer, a nutritionist or a mechanic. Someone that can really aid you and your community in long-term survival. And number 11, building a community. You now have long-term survival figured out. You have the plan set in motion, you have the people to accomplish it. Now it's time to create a civilization inside your walls as well as moral structure. Community rules, guidelines, order of authority. Without those 3 things, civilizations crumble because there's no backbone to support it. A community can't be strong unless everyone stands together on it. Which is why you need to keep people happy and their morale up. It might sound easy, but it can be very difficult. Get low on food one time and all of a sudden everyone hates you and is trying to overthrow you. Reduce shower times to 4 minutes instead of 5, and all of a sudden you wake up and you have your fingertips missing. It's a tough job being a leader, which is why you should always make sure the right person has the job. Which doesn't always mean you. I know there's a lot of alpha dogs here, but let's face it, Timmy, you're 13. You shouldn't be making calls if you can't even grow a mustache. And there you have it! Zombie Survival Basics 101 and 11 easy steps to remember. But why even learn to survive the zombie apocalypse at all in the first place? That is a video for itself, but to summarize it up, all the key points to surviving a zombie apocalypse can be applied to any apocalyptic situation. And that's why, after watching this video, you are one step closer to surviving the zombie apocalypse. My name's Tyler, and I'll see you later. Hey guys, thanks for watching. Make sure to hit that subscribe button, that like button down below, or maybe on one of these 3 videos over to the side. Maybe you want to leave a comment too. Give me your thoughts, suggestions, or maybe on the comment question of the day, which you can find in the description or somewhere in the video. Anyway, thanks guys for watching, and I'll see you guys later.